Hi everyone, it's Ruth here at Artful Stampin. So I thought I would make this really pretty flower card with you guys, and I taught this card in one of my classes about 2 months ago, I think. Actually, I've forgotten how we've had the summer break and everything. So I'm just going to set up my camera so that sorry, my phone, so I can see any chatter. So I had some leftover pieces from it and thought it would be nice to come on here and show you how I made it. So I had these envelopes in my stash. I don't know where I got them from. They've been around a while. And so I just cut the card to fit these envelopes because I wanted to use these envelopes up. So they're not really a very conventional size. However, I will share the size with you if you want to recreate this for yourself exactly. So it's in centimetres, it's 8 centimetres by 17 centimetres, and in inches it is about just over 3 inches. It's 3 1/8 by 6 3/4. So I would say 3 inches will probably be fine. And then you just cut your matting layer just a little bit shorter than that, just a little bit tinier than that. And that is what you're going to be doing all your kind of like sticking and stamping on. So I'm going to use the, why is it saying rotate my device? Sorry guys, is that better? Oh, I didn't know it was wrong. Okay, so I've just looked at my phone and it said rotate my device. So I'm grabbing the Daisy Lane stamp set, which is this one here, and we're mainly going to be, well actually we're only going to be really using this lovely leaf stamp from it. And on my original card I used, just figure out what colour it was, mint macaron, and then I used mint macaron leaves as well. So it's up to you what colour scheme you would like to go for. I'm going to try and just recreate what I've done here and give you a tip. Hi everybody who's come to watch me live, thank you for joining. This shouldn't take too long because I've got everything prepped here. I might come back again because I've got so many scraps to use up that I thought I might have a little craft session, but I'll see how I go because I have also got some flower pens to make for a stall, so we'll see. Right, I forgot to stamp off. So in my original one I've got some lighter bits going on, so I forgot to do that, so I'm just going to do that now and get a really good coverage of leaves. There we go. No, not at all, Christine. Not meant to be crafting with me. I'm just showing you this card that I made, and I have some little pieces left over. So I was going to show how I constructed these flowers. So if you want to make this card exactly... Hi, Cindy. Well, in the UK, remember I'm a few hours... Oh, no, what am I saying? I'm a few hours ahead, yeah. So it's evening here, and the kids are relaxing, eating... Well, actually, I've got my ice cream as well. We're just having pudding at the moment. So I can just pop in here. They're watching a film at the moment, which I have seen before. So here we go. We've got 2 of those large ones. Then we have 2. I was going to show you all the punches actually. I will go through all the punches in a second. I'm going to have 2 of these. And as you can see, I had all these different ones punched out ready for my class. So this is why I've got a few left over. So 2 of those. And then a little centre for that one. Oh, yeah, oh, that one. And that one. Then I just have to punch out, I've got some scrap cardstock here to punch out my little daisies. So if I go through the punches now, all the ones that I used the large daisy punch, the medium daisy punch. I'm hoping they're going to come out with a small one. If they've got the large and the medium, I'm thinking, ooh, hopefully they'll bring out a small one. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So that's my 2 to go on there. And then I need 2 from Rococo Rose. So I'll just have a like pack of scraps. So I like to keep all my scrap cardstock in baggies so that I don't just start cutting into new pieces of cardstock when I want to cut out punches. So it used to be I didn't have that many scraps, so I kind of kept them in, actually I think I kept them in like colours like blues, yellows, greens, that kind of thing. And then I realised that I was spending far too long looking for specific colours, so I decided then to put them into baggies. Right, so then the other punch I have is this one here from the, I can't remember what it's called, I call it the triple flower, that one. Then this is not a flower punch, but I'm going to show you what I do with this one. This is the 1 1/8 scallop punch, and then of course the leaf punch for the background leaves. So I'm starting to assemble everything here, and I want to show. Ooh. Sorry about that, guys. For some reason, I seem to go offline. I'm back again though. Right, so I line up. Can you see that? Let me get my to focus. Here we go. And then I just cut where the dip is for the scallop. I just cut into. And what I tend to do is do like a short one and then do a long one. So, because I don't actually want I don't want the cuts to meet. Sorry, I had to get my teeth in there to say that. So I'm just alternating between sort of short and longer cuts. And this is what creates this really fun, it's almost like a frilly flower in the middle. Well, the edges are frilly. Talking about frilly, I had an idea for a card. I was watching Sense and Sensibility. The BBC have just put their, on iPlayer, a really old version, well not an old version, it's about 10 years old, 10 years old version of Sense and Sensibility. And I love the costumes, and it just gave me an idea for a card. So might have a play with that later, because I'd like to design something, just something a bit pretty but different. Right, then what else do I need? I need blue daisies. No, I don't. Do I need blue? Yes, I do. So I wanted to show off the new colours to my class, so that's why these are in mainly the new in colours apart from the mint macaron. So the Seaside Spray, the Purple Posy and Rococo Rose. I wanted to show how they just work so prettily together. And then of course against that mint macaron it's just gorgeous. Right, so we're ready to start assembling. Now it's up to you what you want to use. You can use glue, take your pick. But if you want to put more texture in, I would suggest you do that either with my good old tweezers. This is the way I tend to do it. I put the tweezers in and give them a bit of a twist. Always remember to put your thumb and finger over the top of the flower just to hold it while it twists. So this is a good way to, there we go, look what a difference that makes. See the difference between that one and that one now. So. Right. Actually, these two may have been able just to lay them on top of each other and they might have been okay. Now these daisies, you can put more texture into them by going into the leaves, down the actual petal. Obviously be gentle with them because they are a little bit thinner that down there and they can tear quite easily, so just be careful. I think I might just Oh no. I was going to say I'll just do one layer, but I've just put them together and I don't like it. I have to do it all, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit fussy when it comes to my flowers. I don't like them looking too flat. So, unless I'm doing a different type of card, a different style of card. There we go. Right, now these ones, there's another way you can, oh actually these are going in the centre there, so I don't really need to play with that too much. But there's another fun way of playing with these, and it's sort of curling the leaves under themselves a little bit, or over themselves, whatever way you want to describe it. So, whoop. So it's just grabbing the tweezers and then giving it a bit of a twist down. See? How cute is that? Little twirlies. And that just gives it a whole new look. Sorry, got itchy nose. I just had to rub my nose then. So if you like paper flower making, I have a whole playlist to do with the paper flowers I've made over the years. I think pretty much every video about paper flowers is on there. If you do find a spare one that I haven't put in a playlist, please let me know and I'll add it to it. Okay, so these ones here, the other thing that you can do if you don't have tweezers is to get either your bone folder or the back of your scissors and just roll the petals like this. So there we go. See how I'm kind of like with my thumb rolling those petals over. So don't be afraid of the flowers, just, you know, at the end of the day it's only paper, you can always punch another one, you know, if you break it, but it doesn't, you know. Hi Linda, bye Christine, have a good time. Okay, so let's start with the middle one. Just get some glue down there. There we go. I'm not too worried that it's squirted out a bit because I'm going to be covering up that middle bit anyway. So just get that layered on. If you want to use dimensionals you can, but just be aware it will be quite a kind of bulky card by the end of it if you use a lot of dimensionals. So, you know, already I'm going to be using 6 layers of cardstock on top of that matting layer. So that's why I'm not really using dimensionals on this. Okay, so this was my frilled one. Oh, that's just popped up. I'm going to get my... Oh, where's it gone? My little picky tool thing. Put all my tools in my little carrier. Where did I put that? See, I've had such a good tidy up, I can't find it now. Oh well, I just have to use my tweezers. Hold it into place. There we go. Right. These flowers, if they look familiar and you've seen the catalogue, it's because on the page where they advertise the Daisy Lane stamp set and the medium-sized punch, this one, they've got a beautiful frame with these going all the way around it. And I have seen on Pinterest, people have been buying, I don't know whether they're available in America, they're like, what they're called, clipboards, but like in the style of like a old door, you know, with wood, old kind of distressed wood, and people have been sticking these onto them. So pretty. If I see anything like that, I think I might get them for a workshop because they do look very nice. Okay, so I am just completely copying the one that I did earlier just to show you how to do it, but you can of course just mix and match and create it with the colours that you have at home or that you want to use. I could imagine this could be very Christmassy if you change the colours up to, you know, reds and, you know, little yellow bits in the middle, or autumnal colours. That would look fun. So I have changed up though how I've done the shaping of the flower, so that's quite nice. It'll be nice to see how different that one is to this one. Oh, and then the only other punch I haven't told you about is this one that punches out the circle one. It's the, I think it's the 1/2 inch, but I will double check. Yeah, it's the 1/2 inch circle punch, and I very highly recommend you get this. One of my customers has just signed up under me, and she was considering buying some little embellishments, and including those really cute, they are really cute, those yellow fluffy daisies that you can stick in the middle of these. However, because she's a beginner crafter, I'm trying to encourage her to purchase things that she will use again and again. And so I suggested to her, look, why don't you just buy the 1/2 inch circle punch, because you can make your own centres from whatever colour card you have. You're then not limited. And the irony was that the punch, the little 1/2 inch punch, was exactly the same price as those little yellow centres. So I thought that was a bargain. So I do recommend, if you're just starting out as a crafter, a paper crafter, start investing in those circle punches because they are so versatile. Right, I'm really giving this a good shove, as you can see. So I've got the little blue centre here, oh, blue and grey one. So what I like to do is use dimensionals for this, but before I do that, I get something, a pencil, whatever. Oh look, I've just found a dolly peg. Look, the head of a dolly peg. And I pop the centre into my hand and give it a really, really, really good push. Now, if your hands are sensitive, don't do that. Grab a foam mat, and Stampin' Up do these foam mats. And so you can do it directly into your foam mat if you'd like to, and it does exactly the same thing. Oh, it just makes a little mark. Never mind. There we go. That will soon pop out. So here we have a nice curved effect there, and there we go. Oh, Cindy's off to hang more laundry. Okay. Have fun, Cindy. Oh, that's really funny. I did a live earlier and Cindy was hanging washing then. It's laundry day. Right, so then I got the big dimensionals. When I say big dimensionals, these are like the original dimensionals, aren't they? And I stick it just on the inside of that, and it's the perfect size. You won't see it. Now, if you want this a little bit more sticky outy, you can put another dimensional and have 2 dimensionals. But I think that's just the perfect shape. And look, it just creates that really nice domed, come on phone, that's it, is that, you can see how it creates that lovely domed effect there. So let's just do it for this one. There we go. And now I'm tempted to stick one in there. I may as well, mightn't I? Where's my little packet of colours gone? The colour I haven't used is the purple posy in the middle, because I've used the blue and the grey on that one, so I could do purple posy in that one, couldn't I? So who of you've got lovely flower punches that you could recreate this? You obviously don't need to use exactly the same ones, but it's all about the layering and, you know, limiting your colour choices. So I've only used the Rococo Rose, the Purple Posy, Balmy Blue, or Seaside Spray, and a grey for the flowers. So I've used 4 colours for the 3 flowers, and then I've used mint macaron for the leaves. So whatever you do, just limit your use of colours. Don't overdo it. You know, don't be afraid of repeating colours, and you just end up with this more of a cohesive design. Now, if you love lots and lots of different colours, that's fine, but I'm just explaining that if you want it to kind of look, you know, more together, as it were, as a design, then don't overdo it on the colours. Right, and then all that's left to do is just stick the leaves in. So I will eventually put a photo of this on my blog and do a blog post about this. I'm just finding lately it's easier for me to get on live and get these videos out there to you guys. And then I'm doing blog posts afterwards. Thank you, whoever said it was a pretty colour combo. So, and I'm just doing that same thing with the leaves, just twisting into them to create a bit of texture. And I've only used 4 leaves, so I'm not using too much cardstock at all, really. And this is a great way of using up bits. You know, whenever you get to the end of a sheet of paper, you can just punch out a few and pop them away ready. Just got some glue on there, which is handy. And so what I've done is already cut this Rococo Rose card base. Now this would work across a square card. I have done another video using a lot of the daisy, just mainly the daisy punches, and I think some die cuts. So, oh, you'd never thought of cutting the leaves, Linda? Oh yeah, I don't like uncurled leaves. That's me. Although I don't tend to do much to this, you know, the sprig leaf punch, I don't tend to do much to that one because there are a lot of little leaves on there. And I'd find that a bit too much. Oh, I've got to stick that one on. I haven't done that one yet. Actually, it's quite fun to see that the other way. Sorry, can you see that? See the difference between that one and that one? Which do you prefer? Concave or convex? Don't ask me which is which. I can't remember. I'm sure Son will let me know. Right, there we go. So that's how I did my triple flower daisy. No, it's not really daisy, it's triple flower card. You could make oodles of these. If you wanted to sort of get into a bit of a production, you could just like punch out loads and loads of flowers and then have fun kind of arranging them and putting them together. And yeah. Right, I'm trying to see if there are any other questions. Where can you get tweezers like that? Janice, I think I may have got them off Amazon or like your local, you know, super druggy type shop. They are literally like supposed to be for, I think, plucking your eyelashes, although I don't know how you'd pluck your eyebrows with that, I don't know. But they're just really cheapy, pointy tweezers. I don't think they're even designed for crafting. They're just, yeah. I will try and find the link on Amazon and I'll share it. Do you guys follow, because I'm starting to realise with YouTube, I can like post pictures and messages and stuff like that. So would it be useful if, you know, if someone says, oh, where can I get such and such from, for me to post stuff like that on there? Right. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm off to chase my daughter to go and have a shower and finish off my ice cream. And, oh, it's very nice, it's chocolate. I might come back later, actually, because I know some of you are going to be watching the Great British Bake Off. But I don't have terrestrial, so I'm going to watch it tomorrow. So, I might just come back on and do some more scrap card making. So, oh yes, they are stopping the messages. But I thought it was the private messages they're stopping, Janice, not the message. Oh, that's so frustrating if they're doing that. I just thought that was quite a nice way for people to stay in touch. Oh well. Probably the best thing to do then is head over to my Facebook page. And if you go to Facebook and search for Artful Stampin, you can like my Facebook page. And I can put information about stuff like that on there. Okay, that's probably the best thing to do. So, yeah. Right, take care for now. Please ask me any questions if you've got any in the box below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you don't already. And I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.